Hey, I'm Creech and this is Creech and Cars. Jeep revived the Wagoneer nameplate a little over a year ago now, and it was immediately clear that the Wagoneer would be more of a luxury sub-brand than an expansion of the Jeep lineup. The sub-brand would include the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer, both full-size SUVs, with the Wagoneer designed to compete with models like the Chevy Tahoe and the Grand Wagoneer designed to compete with models like the Lincoln Navigator. But now it is official that Jeep will expand the lineup to include a smaller, fully electric Wagoneer SUV. Jeep has said that the model will be called the Wagoneer S for now, hinting that the name may change in the future. Jeep says the S stands for speed, striking, and sexy. Okay, so today I'm going to take you through everything we know right now about the Wagoneer S. I'll go over the exterior and interior design, and then I'll go over the mechanical and performance specs. Finally, I'll go over pricing and market segment to discuss whether or not the model will be successful. So let's start on the exterior and take a look at the front end. There is an aluminum looking strip along the bumper. All of the trim pieces that look like chrome are actually a more muted satin finished aluminum type material. There is a grille on the lower part of the fascia to help cool down the batteries, and then there are side air curtains too that are also trimmed in brushed aluminum. Above that may be the most controversial part of the design. I suppose it is the modern electric take on the classic 7-slotted grille. Instead, there is a lighted portion with little bars against a white or aluminum background that does give off the general look of the 7-slotted grille, but it's noticeably different, which may be the point. The headlights are thin and there is a thinner LED running light bar. Moving to the side, the Wagoneer S should be about 1.5 feet shorter than the Wagoneer in length, so that could give you a rough idea of the size and presence. The Wagoneer S has large wheels and they look fairly nice and high end, but this comes at the cost of the rugged look, so it's clear that Jeep is trying to establish the Wagoneer brand as more luxury and less overlander. Furthermore, a model that was shown at a dealer event came with Pirelli P0 tires, which are summer-oriented street tires. There's more metallic trim along the door sill and the roof line that separates the body from the blacked out roof. The Wagoneer uses pull-up door handles, which are making a comeback nowadays. Personally, I dislike them, but they are a little more aerodynamic, which is of course very important for EVs. We can also see the charge port, which is located where a gas cap would normally be found. And coming around to the back, the Wagoneer S has a pretty large roof spoiler, especially by SUV standards. The rear windshield slopes aggressively, and below that there is the double-spaced Wagoneer script, which is essentially the Wagoneer logo. The aluminum trimmed thin light bar echoes the front end design, and the rear finishes off with a little more aluminum and a black bumper. As for the interior, Jeep hasn't released any official renderings or photos just yet, but Jeep designers have said that the interior space will feel similar to the current Grand Cherokee, even though its footprint is a tad smaller. The flat floor and smaller motor mean there's more room to stretch out the interior. The Wagoneer S will still have premium materials standard, as the Wagoneer sub-brand is targeting luxury car buyers, or at least the near luxury market. One official rendering does show a red leather interior with a black dash and steering wheel, similar to the Grand Cherokee SRT. The S will have a fully digital gauge cluster that offers a fair amount of customization and a fairly large infotainment screen, although I wouldn't expect to see the additional screens for passengers that you can get on the Grand Wagoneer. Stellantis has promised high quality craftsmanship on the interior, and obviously these Stellantis brands aren't known for quality and reliability, so EVs do provide a way to somewhat start over and improve that reputation. And again, considering that this is more luxurious than a typical Jeep, you can expect higher end features like a heated steering wheel and 360-degree camera to come standard. Maybe the most exciting part about the Wagoneer S is the performance that Jeep is aiming for. First of all, the S will be built on the STLA large platform, which was designed specifically for battery electric vehicles and has the potential to deliver 500 miles of range, although for the Wagoneer S you could expect that number to be closer to 350 to 400 miles. There will be 2 motors, one in the front and one in the rear, so all-wheel drive should be standard. However, the front motor may be smaller, so it wouldn't be symmetrical. The combined output from both motors will be about 600 horsepower, and there isn't an official torque number yet. Nevertheless, Jeep is saying the 0 to 60 time should be about 3.5 seconds, and Jeep executive Jim Morrison has said that the car is a blast to drive. So those are all of the hard details on the Wagoneer S for now, although more information should be coming soon as Jeep plans to deliver the first models during 2024, which means you could be able to pre-order or at least reserve a model by the end of this year. And it would probably be a 2025 model year. Stellantis has been among the more hesitant large automakers when it comes to EVs, but the Wagoneer S along with the Jeep Recon are the Jeep brand's first steps toward increasing the sales of EVs. By 2030, Jeep is targeting 50% of unit sales to be battery electric vehicles in the United States and 100% of European sales to be fully electric. And this is actually a pretty tight deadline considering the first EVs won't be here for about another year. Then Jeep still has to worry about its customers' acceptance of EVs. The good news is that Jeep's hybrid models, they're using the term 4xe, have been selling pretty well. These are all plug-in hybrids, so a little closer to full EVs because they have to be charged in the same manner, and only the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee are offered with the 4xe system for now, but there will be a Grand Wagoneer 4xe for either the 2024 or 2025 model year. So this is a good sign from Jeep's loyal customers, but the price point will be important and there might be more hesitation for a fully electric model. No pricing has been announced yet. Car and Driver estimates the base price will be around $80,000, but I disagree. I think it will be in between $60,000 and $70,000, especially with the EV price cuts going on and competition like the Model Y being so cheap. While the Wagoneer S should be more luxurious than the Model Y, and especially the Mach-E and EV6, I have a feeling non-Jeep customers would cross-shop the Y and S and not the Wagoneer S against the Model X or BMW iX. This really leaves one model that I would view as the S's direct competition, the Audi e-tron. The e-tron starts at $72,000, and I think the Wagoneer S should undercut it slightly due to the lack of brand name, at least until Wagoneer becomes more established as a luxury nameplate. Overall, I think the Wagoneer S looks good on paper and is a solid first step towards creating an all-electric lineup for Jeep. I think starting with plug-in hybrids before jumping into fully electric cars was the right move to begin to transition Jeep's loyal customer base to EVs, and if the price, build quality, and production output are good enough, the Wagoneer S has the potential to be very successful. So that's what I think about the Wagoneer S, but I want to hear from you. What do you think about the design and performance of the Wagoneer S? Would you buy one over the competition? And if you're a Jeep fan, what do you think about the brand's future EV quotas? Let me know in the comments below. Here on Creeching Cars, I talk about car news like this, as well as history and culture, so check out the channel if you like videos like this. I upload every week, so subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.